What is going on, everyone? Grace and peace to you. I want to take this opportunity to say welcome to this week's episode of The Life of the Young Funeral Professionals. I know we had spent a couple of weeks away, but I am glad to be back in the mix. And today, I'm glad of who I have with me today. But we'll get to that in a second. So I wanted to take this opportunity now to say thank you for being a part of today, but also take this opportunity also to actually like, share, and comment through this episode. So I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Also, while you're at it, if you have not joined our social media family, I would like for you to take this moment right here, right now, to follow us and connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Those are the platforms that we really use throughout this entire process of everything. So I want you to stay connected with us as we have updates. You'll find out our special guests. All things are right there on those social media platforms. So I want you to follow with us and connect with us throughout that entire time. So tonight, I have one of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. Someone who carries herself beyond words with excellence, and someone that I'm actually pretty glad to call my friend and my sister. I don't know whether she's coming from the South or I don't know whether she is serving in the North, but please, welcome Miss Chelsia Douglas. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. How art thou?
Thou art well. And I was actually thinking of what to say, but I really don't know really what to say. But
How much to say?
So I know a little bit about your background, but the viewers really don't. So if you can, tell us a little bit about yourself, and also, most importantly, tell us what was the turning point where you realized that you wanted to be in funeral service?
Awesome. Well, of course, thank you so much for having me on your amazing platform. I am so very proud of you and the amazing things that you are doing. And of course, the things that God is doing in your life. Um, it's only up from here, and you know that. So, very excited for that. Of course, my name is Chelsia Douglas. And I am originally from Jackson, Alabama. There, I am a product of the Andrews Funeral Home, my family funeral home there in the area, started by my grandfather, J.W. Andrews. And if I could sort of answer the question in backwards, I would say that, the funeral service has always been in me. My parents taught me at a very young age that funeral service is a ministry. And just watching them do it, watching my brother do it, watching my grandfather do it, other family members, family friends. Um, at a very young age, I knew that just serving and being around and being a comfort for people and a community is definitely something that, I was called to do. So I've been doing that from a very young age. Like I tell people, I used to get off the bus at the funeral home. It was that type of vibe. So get off the school bus and go straight into the funeral home, sit in the office with my grandfather, sit in the office with my mom. And so, like I mentioned, originally from Jackson, stayed there to, of course, graduate from high school. After graduating from high school, I went to college. I received my bachelor's in history and public policy. In political science. And then I went on to get my master's in public administration. at the University of South Alabama. And then shortly after that, I moved to Delaware, and I am now obtaining my PhD in public policy and administration at the University of Delaware. And I'm very excited to be here because I am very proud to be an employee of the Evan W. Smith Funeral Services um,
Woo!
in Wilmington, Delaware, and in Dover, Delaware. I will say that another thing that sort of made me realize this was a calling is immediately when I moved to Delaware, one of the first things that I did was try to find and identify a funeral home that I would serve at because that's something that I couldn't just let go just because I was moving. And so that was very important to me. Almost, I'm not going to say equivalent to finding a church home, but it was sort of that need to have somewhere to serve and be fulfilled also. So that's a little bit about my background, and that's how I know that this is, a calling, definitely.
Let me tell you guys, even just how she speaks, I'm telling you, she's one of the smartest people I know. I'm telling you. And to work alongside Chelsea and just to see that touch that she has when it comes to families, and it's truly amazing. It is truly amazing. So I do want to let's talk about just briefly, if you don't mind, how was it like a cultural shock when you found EWS and you started to serve in the northern region when you were born and bred Southern Funeral Service?
Um, to a certain extent, yes, it was. I remember actually one of my very first service at EWS. You asked me, did I come from down south because of something that I did at the service, and you were like, because I only see people from down south do something like that. You got to be from down south, and I was like, yeah, is that not the norm here? And you were like, nah, so little touches, I won't be specific, but little things that happen during the service definitely are, are a different feel for the southern flair, I would say.
Southern
um
Flair.
the southern flair. One big shock, traffic and the way y'all don't stop for a procession. Whoa, excuse me, you're not gonna pull over? You see my lights flashing?
Yeah,
You see me coming through this red light? I need
yeah,
you to have a little bit of respect. That's definitely something that was a little shock for me. Um, Other than that, I would say like within the funeral home, genuine service is genuine service.
yes,
And true ministry is true ministry. And when the Lord is in it, that's it. And having that at my family's funeral home and having that at EWS, it made for a very smooth transition.
yeah,
I appreciate my team that assisted me in just knowing sort of those differences and sort of tweaking some things. Of course, you assisted within, that training, so I appreciate you for that. But for the most part, yes, there were some shocks, but service is service. I would say that to a certain extent. And when you care for a family in need is a family in need,
yeah. Regardless.
regardless, and the love and the care and the compassion that you show them, it speaks volumes, whether you're down south, up north, or in California somewhere. So,
That is so true. That is so true. So, I know you have a lot on your plate as a person. You working on getting your PhD. You're really heavy in ministry when it comes to your church. You have a son. You are really heavy with serving at EWS. So how do you find the balance to make sure that one area doesn't get more attention than the other, or were you able just to be Chelsea, not Chelsea the student, not Chelsea the great alto soprano, not Chelsea. But talk about how we work on balance.
I would say I'm really good at compartmentalizing my life. Um, because I've always worn a lot of hats and I've watched my mom wear a lot of hats. And so, to a certain extent, things intertwine, which makes it easy. You know people from different areas of your life, and so it makes it easier for you to wear these different hats because they know you in these different spaces, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So having people who know you in these different spaces, it assists, but also having that separation assists as well. So I'm big on maintaining the relationships in the proper ways. I think that's really big in funeral service is um, some people need to know you in every facet of your life, and some people need to only know you in one facet of your life, and that's okay. Um, I would say that helps me um, because I'm going to always be Chelsea.
Mhm.
Um, but the way that I show up is different in different spaces, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Um, and so I would say overall, I have balance in my life because I compartmentalize my life and my relationships.
Makes total sense. It makes total
Um,
sense.
I won't say that it's anything about like relaxation or anything like that because I'm always on the go and I'm very happy with that. I love that part of my life, staying
Mhm.
on the go, always being, productive, busy, doing stuff. Um, and so I won't say that it's a balance in that way. I think it's all a balance of keeping a peace.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow. I've never heard that response before. Wow. Keeping a peace. Well, that's actually good.
yeah.
It's actually really good. Okay. Okay. So people often think they know everything about what we do. They think it's so easy to be a part of the funeral service, but they really pay no attention towards the sacrifice that we really have to make. Um, Touch on that a little bit. Like, what are some important things that people should keep in mind before they decide to take a part of the funeral industry? And you can talk about this from your family experience or from your EWS experience. Because I like to hear about both. But it's really up to you.
Some things that people should keep in mind. Um, I think one thing that's very important, and I'll just reiterate, is that again, it is a ministry, and you are a, a proponent of service when you are serving at a funeral home. Um, I can't stress that enough because in the age of neoliberalism and capitalism and whatnot, people are so focused on the idea that you always going to be in business because you got a funeral home. That is a quote that is across the world, and it is just ugh
Yeah.
because it's yes but no. That's not why we do what we do. Um, Also, you're not there to put on a show. Again, you're there to provide a service.
Talk about
So
it.
you're not there to be seen, just to stand up there. That way everybody see what you're doing, just to march in front of whomever, just to drive the vehicles, just to say that you're affiliated with whomever. No,
Talk about it.
that's why you're there. It's going to show when you have a family who needs you, when you have someone who clearly needs assistance walking down the steps and you just standing there having a conversation, when you
My God.
someone who needs tissue and you're so focused on but you're not paying attention to who you need to be paying attention to, right? But when you have that heart of service
Yeah.
and heart for the people, then you know that you are ready for to be a part of this industry. But until then, I would not suggest anyone join the industry.
Wow. Wow. Oftentimes I really think about when it comes to, like you said, the heart of service. Like you really have to have the heart of people and you really have to meet people where they really are. Um, but I think oftentimes we get lost in the showmanship part. Um, and at the end of the day, and you can, you know, let me know how you feel about my next statement. But at the end of the day, for me, there's only one star of the show, and the show, so to speak, and that star is the one that we're actually laying to rest. We don't ever want to outshine the life that we're celebrating, and I feel as though sometimes that we, when I say we, I'm talking about the body at large. We find ourselves out trying to outshine so we can be seen. Do you ever experience? Have you ever experienced that?
It's almost like wearing white to someone's wedding or getting engaged at someone's wedding.
Yeah.
Or look at, you know how people are like, you can't look better than me at my birthday party. I hate to use those examples, but it's sort of the
It's like, yeah, yeah,
this, this isn't your time.
yeah,
If anything, we are in the background. We are literally the background players. Yes,
yeah.
of course we are in the front, but quite literally, we're just making it happen. So that we're
That,
taking the ease and a concern and a burden off of this family in their time when they need it the most.
yeah. And if you're not careful, it can look tacky if you're trying to outshine the loved one and or the family. It could look really tacky. That's neither here nor there, but
Yeah.
I just have to put that
All right
out.
now.
So I know we all look up to people, um, and we all look up to someone for guidance, instructions, teaching. As we all know, that this industry is ever evolving. New things coming out. Families, the needs of families are now different, and so who are some of the people that you look up to in funeral service that give you that push, that give you that extra, you know, teaching to keep you going?
I'm gonna always say that my role model is my grandfather. Uh, and I say that, and I know that your question is more so in today's time, who gives me that push because of contemporary times and how things are changing. But my grandfather passed in 2009, and anything that he said before that time still stands today. In what he just taught my mom, taught my dad, taught my brother, and how that translated to me or what he taught me directly. It all is true. It all stands true. Um, and that is, you are there to serve.
Yeah,
You are there to care, and you are there to serve. And that is very significant for me because that's how you build community, being proximate. That's how you build those relationships with individuals outside of the service, because beyond this time, our service does not stop at the funeral, of course, but the
yeah,
relationships that you build with these families, they last a lifetime
this is true. This is very
outside of the service. And so be there, and be there genuinely. Speak to them when you see them in the grocery store, not just because you serve them, but because they are a human in the grocery store. You
yeah,
know, be kind to everybody, because that's how you're supposed to be. And I think that that is just how I navigate today. Everybody receives that same respect, that same love, that same care, that same concern, that same compassion, because they are a child of God.
yeah.
And that's just simple. So I won't say that there's anybody right now that I just look up to. I'm just always remembering what has been passed down to me. And I think that's more than enough.
And that's major. That is major. And so I said, I don't feel that. I love it. I'm here for it. That was beautiful. That was wow. That was, I don't know. Like sometimes my guests, y'all just throw me off sometimes and throw me off my circle, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So, do you ever see yourself? I know you're working on your PhD, but afterwards, do you see yourself getting more involved with funeral service, or are you just going to stick on that public relations and public administration side?
I think that, public policy, public administration, and funeral service definitely intersect in a lot of ways.
Agree.
And I'm open to exploring, some of those avenues. As of now, I'm definitely focused on completing, my dissertation and graduating. I know I'll always be in funeral service, but I haven't decided exactly in what capacity yet. Um, and so that's the best answer I can give you right now.
Oh, I love it. Hey, I ain't mad about it. When I tell you, I truly love Chelsea. Like, I truly love. This is like my dog. And I'm trying to keep it like real, professional. But this is really my dog. So, I'm not going to keep you long today, but it's really important to. This is really important to me. One thing about this platform, um, it is truly a safe space for people to feel inspired. It's a safe space for people to be uplifted, and for them to have somewhere to come for words of encouragement. Now, we've had licensees, we've had embalmers, we've had, just anyone that's in the industry, but on the platform. But what matters to me, and what the vision behind this platform really stands for, is that we leave this place with some sort of encouragement. And so, I know personally you've taken some time to encourage me over this time that we've known each other. Um, I just want you to take a moment and just encourage those who are watching, or those who could be watching, or they're like, hey, I'm at my wit's end in this industry. I can't take this anymore. Or I think I really would like to do that, but just don't know how, or what I should be, how I should be. You touched on that part a lot, but I just want you to take some time to encourage those who are watching. That's okay.
Well, Raheem, you know me, so immediately my brain says sometimes you have to encourage yourself
I knew that was coming. I knew that
or
was.
yourself. Okay. Um, Sorry, but
I knew that was coming.
I'm sorry. Sorry. But what? I'm actually gonna say within that realm. I would say know yourself. Knowing yourself is very important, and so I encourage anyone who's watching this platform to take time, spend time with yourself. And I know that sounds very cliche, but know thyself. Know thyself, know thy God, and then you'll know your path. Um Often we try to um fit in to others people's visions and ideas of us,
Wow.
or we try to live someone else's life because we think that is, that just looks cool. That's just what I, want to do. But um, is that what you called to do?
Wow.
If you don't know what you're called to do, then you don't really know what you just want and need to be doing.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
and so take time with yourself, take time in your prayer closet, in some quietness, in nature, touch some grass, and talk to the Lord.
Touch some grass.
Touch some grass, talk to the Lord, talk to your creator, and listen for a word. Use pen and paper, write it down, write the vision, make it plain. Because your thoughts, they can confuse you.
Yeah.
But once you start writing it down, having a conversational prayer life with the Lord, that's very important, then you're fine. But encourage yourself. Focus on yourself. Amen.
I don't. I think there's a piece that I missed in her introduction. Chelsea is. She is a preacher. She's not a preacher, but she is a preacher. But just she's not. But she is, because let me tell you, she'll what that woman with God right there. That's
See.
And again, I truly am so grateful, and I'll say this publicly as 1,000 times if I could over. I'm so grateful to call you a friend. I'm so grateful to have been in a position where we work side by side, and I'm grateful for the bond that has been created. Although our professional paths have, separated, we still are one, and I'm so thankful. I just want to, if it's okay, before we get out of here, I just want to um, see. There are some people that were shouting you out, Miss Letitia Heflin.
All right, Doctor Letitia Hef.
Elder Linda Green Gumby.
Oh, thank you so much, Elder Gumby.
Miss Pamela Vaughn.
Yes, Miss Pam, Miss Pam.
Rel Fryer.
Yes, Pastor Fryer. My
Miss
people, my
Sophia
people.
Fury. Miss Dina Wilson.
Yes. Hello.
And so I don't do that. Oh, Mr. Randall Chambers. He is from Texas. But the reason why I did that is that there's a method to my madness. I just want you to know, Chelsea, that you are seen, you are loved, and you are valued by many. And I really want you to leave today for recognizing that you matter, whether it's in this industry or in any ministry capacity that you're in. You matter. And when you walk into the room, you own it, and you own it very, very eloquently. But I just want you to really understand that you truly are someone that is a source of inspiration, and just your walk alone, your journey alone means a lot. And I'm thankful, again, to call you my friend, and the fact that you said yes to being a part of this platform. I'm not saying y'all could go out there looking for, but you can see this beautiful face at any service with the Evan W. Smith Funeral Services. And if any of the EWS family is watching today, we say thank you. I did kind of like put that out there to those people, like, hey, but we say thank you. I love you all. I know Chelsea loves you, but thank you so much for tuning in. And so, Chelsea, I love you. There's nothing else you can do about it. And I will say it 1,000 times over. So, to those who are watching, I need your help. I wish I could do it by myself, but I need your help. I want you to reach out to me. Send me someone who you think it is time for them to be recognized, time for their stories to be heard. I just recently received an email of a young lady, and I'll be reaching out to you this week. I think I saw you on here. Please reach out to us. I wish I knew every young practitioner in these wonderful 50 states, but unfortunately, I don't. So feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook, Instagram, or even send us an email directly to the youngfuneralprofessional@gmail.com. It matters to me because I really want to honor and uplift those who have picked up the torch and are starting to move forward. Again, if you have not connected with us, here is another opportunity. Catch it while it's good. Follow us on Facebook. Connect with us on Instagram. And all of our past episodes are on YouTube. We go live on YouTube, so please feel free. I personally, as the visionary behind this platform, I go back and I read every single comment. That matters to me. So please connect with us. Please connect with us, because it is truly something that I cherish dearly. I thank God for this vision. I thank God for your support. And so thank you for tuning in. And as always, I will see you right back here next week on the Life of the Young Funeral Professionals. Until then, serve well. Be blessed, and be blessed.